Have you ever thought to yourself, I shouldn't have done that, or I could have done better? We often use words like should, could, and would, which are auxiliary modals that help us express obligations, possibilities, or abilities. Now, what if I told you that these modals can also be used to show regrets and reflect on past actions? Assalamualaikum. My name is Putrina Elisha from LG240, and today I will be presenting about modals of regret, a grammar structure that helps us express what we wish had been different in the past. Model of regret allow us to look back on past actions, missed opportunities, and situations that could have turned out differently. The main form is modal verb plus have plus past participle. With that basic understanding in mind, let's look at why modals of regret actually matter in our daily lives. Models of regret make our storytelling richer because they let characters reflect on what they wish they had done. They also push us to think more deeply about past choices, not just what happened, but what could have happened. And lastly, when we communicate, models of regret help us convey emotions more clearly because they show how we feel about past actions. Now that we understand their importance, let's break down the different types of models of regret and how they work. Firstly, we have should have plus past participle. This model expresses regret for something that didn't happen but you feel like it should have. In other words, it's for choices we regret not making in the past. For example, I should have told her what I truly felt. This shows regret about not taking action. The speaker stayed quiet and now they realize they should have spoken up. That's why should have is used. In the negative form, we use should not have plus past participle. It is used to express regret for something that you did but wish you hadn't done. As an example, I should not have bought that dress. Now I don't have any money. The speaker bought the dress and now regrets it. We use should not have for actions we wish we didn't do in the past. Third, we have would have plus past participle. It is used to imagine an unreal past and how it could have been different. For instance, I would have aced the exam if I had gotten enough sleep. The sentence imagines a different past. The speaker didn't get enough sleep, so they didn't do well in the exam. Would have is used to show how the result could have been changed if the situation had been different. Lastly, we use could have plus past participle to express regret for a past possibility that did exist but didn't happen. For instance, I could have been a musician if my mother wasn't against it. This shows a missed opportunity. Being a musician was possible, but the situation stopped it from happening. Could have expresses a past possibility that didn't occur. Now that we know how each model works, let's look at common mistakes students often make and how to avoid them. Firstly, you must always remember the form modal verb plus have plus past participle, not simple past. Second, you must always check the tenses. Model of regrets should always refer to the past, not present or future. That's why she should have gone is correct, and she should have went is incorrect. Lastly, here are how you can identify the key differences between each model. Should have talks about mistakes. Could have refers to missed opportunity, and would have is used for hypothetical situations. Before we try some exercises, here are a few interesting things about models of regret that you might not know. Firstly, in fast speech, should have and could have are pronounced as should've and could've. Secondly, models of regret are the most emotionally expressive grammar component, hence why they are often used in reflective writing, storytelling, and emotional dialogues in films. Lastly, models of regret focus on the past but expresses present feelings. For example, I should have listened to my mother's advice. Now I realized how right she was. This demonstrates how models of regret link a past action to a present consequence. The speaker failed to listen earlier and now regrets it in present time. Alright, let's put everything into practice with a few short exercises. Here are 5 sentences. Fill in the blanks with the correct model of regret. Now, let's check the answers together and see how each model fits the context. Number 1. Anthony should have gone to school early, but he stayed up late watching a football game. Should have shows regret about a past action he didn't do, which was going to bed early. As a consequence, he went to school later than usual. Number 2. I would have cooked your favorite dish, but I didn't know you were coming. We use would have here because the speaker is talking about something they didn't do, but would have done if the situation had been different. Number 3. Ahmad would have invited Abu to the party, but he didn't have his phone number. Would have is used here for a hypothetical past situation. He didn't have the phone number, so inviting Abu didn't happen. Number 4. I should have told him the truth yesterday, but I froze and nothing came out of my mouth. Should have shows regret for a past mistake, which was not telling the truth. It reflects on what the speaker knows they ought to have done. Number 5. They could have won the game if they had strategized properly and communicated better. Could have indicates a past possibility that didn't happen. Winning the game was possible if they had strategized and communicated better. And with that, we've covered everything about models of regret. In the end, models of regret are not just grammar rules. They are tools for expressing emotions and growth. And by mastering them, we become more thoughtful communicators. That is all from me. Thank you.